In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can present your design ideas. Now there's no right or wrong way of doing this, I'm just going to show you some of the techniques that I use. I always start by sketching out some ideas in pencil. That way if you make mistakes it's easy to correct them. You might find that you want to work with some of your materials and embellishments nearby so you can think about how you might incorporate them into your design ideas. I would suggest that you create design ideas showing a variety, showing a range. What I mean by this is try and do 2 or 3 designs at least where they're very different from one another. You might find that actually once you've made your mock-up zombie that you want to go back and make another one. So if you've already done your designs, this would make it really straightforward for you. Now like I say, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. This is effectively your plan, so this is going to help you when it comes to making your product. If you were making it up as you went along and didn't have a design to follow, it's much more likely that you'll make mistakes in your material. A good idea when you're designing your product is to think about how you're going to use materials. So think about the stitches that you've learned and how you might incorporate that into your design ideas as well. I always add colour because again you need to think about what colour materials you're going to use, thinking about what go well together as colour combinations. Again though, it might be that you've only got a certain amount of fabrics available to you and you need to stick to using those colours. I'm using pencil to add colour, but you could use pen. You might find actually that you want to create your designs using a computer or laptop. I know a lot of young learners now are really good at digital drawing, and that's a really good way of presenting your design ideas as well. It really doesn't matter if you don't think that your drawing skills are fantastic. Design is less about artwork and more about communicating your idea. So it's a way of showing me how you would expect your design to look. Even if it's not a fantastic drawing, it should help you with your plan. You can see here I'm adding on some additional details. So there I'm showing that I would use a running stitch on the pumpkin to make it look more realistic. It's important to consider things like that. You could easily just draw a picture of a zombie without it being an end product. So I'm trying to incorporate the textile elements into my design so that when I actually come to making my design, I know what I was thinking about when I was sitting down to draw it. I can consider the buttons and the sequins that I had because I've shown that in my design ideas. You might find as well that when you're designing, you like certain elements from one of your design ideas but other elements from another design idea, and what you could do is just merge your 2 ideas together so you've developed your design on. Something I do to make my designs look more clear is to use a fine liner once I've added colour, just going over the main details and outlines. Again, I'm taking the opportunity to show my stitching wherever I think it's appropriate to. And then finally, again, as a reminder to yourself more than anything, it's a good idea to add labels or annotation explaining what you would use in terms of your materials and embellishments.